What if the biggest problem of the future is that we have too much? Not too little, not scarcity, but abundance. Sounds strange, right? After all, we live in a world constantly bombarded by messages of lack. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough resources. But what if the scarcity mindset is holding us back from seeing what's truly happening? Welcome to a world where the rules are changing, where abundance, not scarcity, is the defining challenge of our time. Introduction. In Abundance. The Inner History of the Future. Ezra Klein and Thompson take us on a mind-expanding journey through the systems, beliefs, and choices that shape how we think about the future. This isn't just a book about economics or technology. It's a book about mindsets, about how we plan, govern, and dream in a world that's shifting under our feet. Ezra Klein, known for his deep dives on politics and society, teams up with Thompson, a brilliant writer from The Atlantic, to crack open the real tensions of our era. Why do we feel stuck when progress is all around us? Why does everything feel broken, even when technology is booming? And how can we prepare for a world overflowing with possibilities, but also unintended consequences? This summary breaks down the most powerful ideas from abundance into digestible, relatable insights. Whether you're a policy nerd, a curious thinker, or just someone trying to make sense of the chaos, this is for you. Let's dive in. 1. The paradox of progress. Progress doesn't feel like progress. Think about it. We have smartphones more powerful than 90 supercomputers, AI that can write poems, cures for diseases that once killed millions. And yet, most of us feel like the future is dim, chaotic, and unstable. This is the paradox of progress. Ezra and Derek argue that we're living in an age of incredible abundance, but emotionally, we're still stuck in a mindset of scarcity. We've made enormous leaps in technology and quality of life, but our political systems, cultural narratives, and even personal expectations haven't caught up. It's not that we're failing. It's that success is moving faster than our institutions can adapt. This disconnect creates frustration, mistrust, a sense of powerlessness. And it's everywhere, from how we talk about housing and healthcare to how we frame climate change and education. To fix this, we don't just need better tools. We need better stories. 2. The Great Stagnation, Myth or Reality. Economist Tyler Cowen coined the term Great Stagnation to describe the idea that innovation has slowed since the 1970s. Sure, we got the internet, but where are the flying cars? The moon colonies? The limitless energy? Ezra and Derek challenge this idea. They argue that we're not stagnating. We're just stuck in systems that slow down implementation. The problem isn't a lack of ideas. It's the layers of bureaucracy, risk aversion, and NIMBYism, not in my backyard, that choke the flow of progress. For example, we know how to build high-speed rail. We know how to expand solar power. We know how to fix traffic. But zoning laws, environmental reviews, and legal fights often stop projects before they even begin. We're not suffering from a lack of innovation. We're suffering from a lack of permission. To escape stagnation, we need to update our systems to match our ambitions. 3. Scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. Here's the real mindbender. Scarcity is a mindset. That doesn't mean real scarcity doesn't exist. Of course it does. But much of what we experience as scarcity is manufactured. It's political. It's artificial. Take housing. There's no technical reason we can't build more affordable homes in American cities. The land exists. The materials exist. The labor exists. But local zoning laws, neighborhood resistance, and outdated planning codes restrict supply. Or healthcare. The U.S. spends more than any country on healthcare, yet outcomes are often worse. The problem isn't lack of money. It's lack of coordination and political will. An abundance mindset asks, What would we do differently if we believed there was enough? It opens up new conversations. It invites innovation. It encourages risk-taking. And most importantly, it challenges power structures that benefit from the illusion of scarcity. 4. Technology as leverage, not savior. Tech won't save us, but it can help us save ourselves. A recurring theme in abundance is that technology is only as good as the systems it's embedded in. AI can transform education, but not if schools are underfunded and overwhelmed. Clean energy can revolutionize power grids, but only if those grids are upgraded and intelligently managed. Technology is leverage. It amplifies. It accelerates. But it doesn't automatically lead to better outcomes. In fact, it can deepen inequality if not used wisely. Ezra and Derek push us to ask, how do we design social systems that can adapt as fast as our technical ones? It's not about worshiping the next app or gadget. It's about building governance, ethics, and infrastructure that can truly harness the tools we create. 5. Institutions must become experimental. One of the boldest arguments in the book is that governments, and big institutions in general, need to become more experimental. Right now, they're too risk-averse, too slow, too focused on process instead of outcomes. Ezra points out that we celebrate startups for failing fast and iterating. But if a government program fails, it's a scandal. That double standard blocks innovation in the public sector. What if we treated government like a lab, testing policies on a small scale before scaling up, admitting when things don't work, rewarding creativity? Some countries already do this. Estonia digitized most of its government services. Singapore rapidly experiments with urban design. There's no reason the US, or any large democracy, can't do the same. The key is cultural, shifting from fear of failure to pursuit of progress. 6. The morality of abundance. Abundance isn't just practical, it's moral. Because once you realize there's enough food, enough housing, enough education, enough energy, the next question is, who gets it? This is where abundance collides with justice. Derek and Ezra emphasize that abundance must be shared. If only the wealthy benefit from new tech, new policies, or new freedoms, then we're not building a better future. We're reinforcing the old hierarchies. For example, universal childcare isn't just a nice idea. It's a way to unlock productivity, reduce inequality, and invest in future generations. The same goes for healthcare, public transit, and education. Abundance without equity is exploitation. But abundance with justice? That's liberation. 7. Climate change and catalytic optimism. You can't talk about the future without talking about climate change. And in this area, the scarcity narrative is especially dominant. We're doomed. It's too late. We have to give up. But abundance offers a more hopeful, yet realistic, view. Yes, climate change is real and urgent. But we also have more tools than ever to fight it. Renewable energy is cheaper than fossil fuels in many regions. Electric vehicles are going mainstream. Entire industries are being reimagined. The challenge is speed and scale. We need a mindset of catalytic optimism. Not naive hope, but bold, science-driven ambition. The belief that if we act decisively, the future can be better than the past. Climate solutions should be framed not as sacrifices, but as opportunities for cleaner air, better jobs, smarter cities. Abundance doesn't mean ignoring limits. It means using what we have wisely and for all. 8. The politics of possibility. Finally, the book dives into the politics of possibility. Much of our political discourse is rooted in fear. Fear of change, fear of failure, fear of the other. But that fear leads to gridlock, to cynicism, to leaders who say no more than yes. Ezra and Derek argue that we need a politics of imagination. Leaders who talk about what's possible, not just what's broken. Voters who believe in solutions, not just survival. This doesn't mean ignoring hard problems. It means facing them with creativity and courage. Imagine a political system that rewards bold ideas instead of sound bites. Imagine movements organized around building, not just resisting. That's the politics of abundance. And it starts with us. Conclusion. So what does it all mean? It means we're at a crossroads. One path is fear, stagnation, and scarcity, clinging to systems that don't work and stories that no longer serve us. The other path is abundance, a mindset of curiosity, courage, and collaboration. A belief that we can build, share, and thrive together. Abundance by Ezra Klein and Derek Thompson isn't a roadmap. It's a flashlight. It helps us see the invisible assumptions we live by and gives us permission to imagine something better. If this summary sparks something in you, don't stop here. Read the full book. It's packed with insight, research, and stories that will change how you think. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. What's one area of your life where you're ready to shift from scarcity to abundance? Remember, the future isn't written yet. Let's write it together.